A lot of introverts think you have to have this big personality to be charismatic, to be a great communicator. But the truth is, you can just utilize whatever strengths you have currently to improve your communication skills. And I'll give you an example. So, who makes you feel like the best when you talk to them? Is it the really loud person who's like the life of the party, who's kind of like dancing in the middle of the circle? A lot of times people find that person annoying, right? So it's not necessarily them. A lot of times, the person who makes you feel the best is the person with reverse charisma. So reverse charisma is, instead of me bringing on all the attention to me, I try and understand you. I try to make you feel good about yourself. And that's how you develop like great charisma. It's not by like being the life of the party, especially as an introvert. You just get to know people. You ask them good questions. You ask them questions that you're actually curious about. You get them to talk about the things they're passionate about. If you do that, then people will see you as charismatic, because people don't remember what you say, but they will remember how you make them feel. So you don't have to be this big like showman to be charismatic, to be a great communicator. You just need to be yourself and be curious and actually ask good questions when you're talking to someone. And I learned this because I used to always think like, oh man, I want to be like the life of the party, but that's not really like my personality. I'm more reserved. I kind of like stick to myself a little bit. But once I realized that I was pretty good at one-on-one conversations, I would just get to know the people around me in like one-on-one conversation or like small group settings. I'm not really the guy who's like yelling in the middle of the circle. Like I can do that. I've developed the skills to do that, but I don't like doing it. It takes a lot of energy for me to do that. And I've done like stand-up comedy and stuff like that too, which I love doing. I love doing stand-up, but that's kind of different, right? It's like more of a performance than it is my personality. Like one of my friends, Brian, he's so good at this. He's so good at like making the other person feel important in the conversation. You know, when you're having a conversation with like a bunch of people and maybe there's like an inside joke between you and someone else, and there's a third person who's like not really involved in the conversation because they don't know the inside joke. Have you been in this situation? Well, my friend Brian, he's so good at like noticing that and being like, oh, this inside joke is about like when this happened to both of us, and that's what's going on. So he's really good at like picking up on when to explain things to include people in the conversation, and people appreciate that so much. Like the homie who's like trying to include everyone in the conversation, people just like that person. Everyone does, because then it just improves the group dynamics, and you can be that person. I noticed that like I could be that person, and I've learned certain skills from him and other people, and then I was like, okay, let me just implement this in my life and become better at having conversations by just trying to get to know people, being more curious, doubling down on my strengths, which are one-on-one conversations and good questions. And if you focus on those things, then you can be a really great communicator. You don't have to be the life of the party. And I wish I knew this growing up, but even though it took me some time to figure this out, it's like completely changed my life over the past 5-10 years. It's been absolutely monumental. And now I moved to Los Angeles. Sometimes I do stand-up comedy. I make these videos. Like I feel pretty comfortable in social situations and like putting myself out there. And that only happened because I realized that I didn't have to be like someone else. I just needed to find out what the best version of myself was. I didn't have to like put on a fake personality. You just need to double down on your strengths and push yourself outside of your comfort zone so that you're comfortable in a bunch of different scenarios, and then you could pull out the tools that you need. It's kind of like how a superhero has like a tool belt, like Batman, Iron Man, whatever, they have like tools, right? You don't have to use the tools all the time, but at least like gain the tools so that you can use them. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone so you can start conversations, so you can talk to a group, so you can present on stage. But you don't have to use those all of the time. You could still double down on the things that you like to do that are strengths of yours. So it's like develop the skills, get the tools, but you don't have to use them. You can still feel like yourself. You don't have to pretend to be the life of the party. And I hope this message is effective. And I'm not saying it's easy to get outside of your comfort zone or pay attention more or learn how to be a better listener. Like these things take time and effort. But even though it won't be easy, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.